It's quite clear that the last clips you just saw were not from today. Today is much not like that. It's not like that at all. I was feeling quite good on that day. Today not so much. Today what's happening is, I don't know if anyone else has this, especially if you're self-employed or, I don't know, unemployed, or, you know, have different level of employment than your regular 9 to 5. I always do this every day. I wake up, I'm like, oh, what shall I do today? Shall I start my work now? Shall I clean the flat now? Shall I go for a walk? Or shall I, you know, what shall I do? And every day that I do that, I end up overthinking. I think I spoke about this before. I end up overthinking so much about what I should do that I end up not doing any of the things. And then it gets to like Wednesday, Thursday, whatever, and I've done none of the things I was meant to be doing. So that's annoying. That's very annoying. So I'm up. Hallelujah. I've gotten dressed and I'm just doing a little bit of makeup. I thought I'd just chat to you about, I don't know, tell you what's been going on recently, because there's been a lot going on. I'm not going to lie, there's been a lot going on. A lot of big things, big changes, and if you're somebody that also has anxiety, you will know changes. We're not so great with changes, with all of the changes. I feel like the pandemic was kind of, maybe that was one of the pluses, is that we had obviously many changes in our lives during that time. And I feel like it did kind of, you know, there was no option but to stay in your house and not go to the shops and not go to work and not see your friends and stuff. There wasn't an option, so you had to kind of just go in at the deep end and just, you know, do the pandemic thing. So that, I feel like that's kind of helped me prepare for changes happening in my life a little bit. But first of all, I'm going to tell you my anxiety is really bad with my dad being away from home. Oh, that looks really bad. You might know that already. I'm pretty sure I've spoken about it in other videos, but I get so anxious when my dad's not here or my parents aren't here, because I don't know, well, I'm guessing there's millions of reasons for that, but it's something at 25 years old you kind of don't want to still be happening. You kind of want to be cool with that happening, and I'm not. It's strange because I don't really see, it's not like I see my family all the time really. I see them maybe once a week, maybe once every few weeks, couple of weeks, whatever. It's not like I see them a lot, and it's not like my life changes in any way when my dad's not here, but I just get really anxious about it. And I just imagine, like you can imagine, I imagine all the worst case scenarios happening, and like there not being a car around, my dad not being around. And it's annoying and silly, and it feels silly to me, but it's something that I want to mention today because that's where I am. My dad's not here, and so the anxiety is a bit more heightened, and I find that quite tricky. So that's kind of why I wanted to film today, just to kind of, if any of you are in a similar boat or you have that kind of safe person in your life and when they're not here you feel a bit anxious, then, you know, this is me going through that right now. Martha's attacking my toes. I've had a bit of a cold and I'm on my period right now, so it's all go. It's all going on. I don't know why I film my eyebrows every day, because I just don't think they look good. But I just continue to do it because it's just something that I do. I want to quickly fill you in on, by the way, these eyebrows look better off camera. I know that none of you really care. It's not really a big issue in your life, but just wanted you to know that. I want to fill you in on a couple of the things that have been going on in my life that are fairly big. The first one, I'm starting uni. I'm starting university next month, and it's open university, and I'm really quite looking forward to it, and I am really quite looking forward to sharing that journey, because I know that a lot of you might also be in the position where you can't maybe do university in the regular way of going into university and meeting people and stuff like that. And to be honest, for years I was always kind of, I never went to uni because I was always kind of holding out hope that I'd be able to go into an actual university and maybe, you know, go to wherever to go to uni, but that's just not the way it's turned out. My agoraphobia is still not great. I just don't feel like having to go somewhere 3 days a week, 4 days a week, whatever, would be good. I just don't think I'd end up doing it. I think I'd be too anxious. So what I've decided to do is do Open University, and I'm still a little bit nervous about it because obviously it's quite a commitment. You have to do the work and you have to do this and that and you have to do tutorials still, and it's all very similar. I'm guessing it's quite similar to what people might have gone through during the pandemic while going to university. A lot of online lectures, online assessments, all that kind of stuff. So that is starting next month. I'm doing Open University, I'm doing marketing and business, because I'm in the kind of social media field, and so I thought that would maybe be useful for me. Alongside that, I kind of wasn't expecting this to happen as quickly as it's happened, but I think I'm moving house soon, which is probably one of the biggest life changes that could possibly happen. Like many of you may have, my flat is my safe space. It's the place where I go and I live on my own, so it's just mine, and you know, I can do what I like here. It's very calm. It's, you know, everything's where I left it, even though it's an absolute state right now. It's my space, and it's something that I've grown quite used to over the past 3 or 4 years that I've lived here, and it's kind of nice that I was filming during moving in here, and so I can look back at that. But I think very soon I will be moving. Currently it's all a bit up in the air. We've seen a flat which is really lovely that we want to move into. I will be moving in with my boyfriend, so that's a whole new chapter in my life, and one part of me is really so excited for that, and to be living with somebody else is going to be really, really nice in a lot of ways. And me and my partner both quite like our space, so we'll still have our space, but we also can come together in the evenings and watch films and whatever. I think it's going to be really nice. But there's another part of me that's absolutely shitting myself, that it just sounds like the most scary thing I could ever possibly do in the world is move out of here, because it's just become this safe place for me, especially going through the pandemic here, and I've had so many things happen in this flat, and so it's going to be a really sad day when I move out of here. Really sad day. But it's also going to be a really happy day, especially if we get this flat, because it's a flat that is it's just gorgeous, and it's just so perfect for us. And it's really not far away from where I live now. It's literally maybe a 3-minute walk, so it doesn't feel like too much of a huge thing, because I mean, all the shops around me are going to be the same, I'm going to be pretty much in the same place, but just a bigger flat, nicer flat. This flat is actually, maybe deceivingly on the videos, it is tiny. It is the smallest flat I've probably ever been in, and so I personally am probably outgrowing this flat now, especially with wee Martha, and obviously moving in with someone, moving with a boy. That's grown up stuff. So yeah, they're kind of my updates. I want to be like filming the whole process of me moving and of uni and all that kind of stuff, so I thought I'd come out and say it. Like I said, the flat's definitely not ours yet. We are hoping it's going to be ours, and hopefully we'll know soon. I think we'll probably know by the end of this week, or maybe next week, we'll probably know whether we're getting the flat or not. If we do, honestly, I'm going to be really, really happy. And honestly, that's something I never, ever, ever thought I would say, because when you're somebody with anxiety, having a comfort, having somewhere that's safe, having somewhere that you don't feel that anxious is like a miracle. And so moving from here feels like, sometimes when I think about it, I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing? Like, I feel safe here, what am I doing? And then when I really put logic into it and really think about it, I know that that's anxiety, and it's okay for me to be anxious about this. Like, I think people without anxiety, when they're moving, it's a big thing. Especially moving from a 1-person household to a 2-person household, it's just going to be different. But I really think now's the right time. We've looked before at places and I just wasn't ready, but I do feel as ready as I'll ever be, really, and I'm kind of excited for that. This makeup is so awful, it makes me really upset. I'm upset about this. My makeup just looks absolutely awful today. I might as well have not worn it, because why? It's annoying. Anyway, today, like I was saying, I get this thing when I wake up and I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? And then I end up just like overthinking what I should do. and then I'm not doing anything. So today I've decided I've got a meeting at 2, and so I'm going to start my work at 2. Before that, I'm going to clean. That sounds like a good plan. And tonight I've got life drawing. I've been doing life drawing, guys. I've been doing life drawing, and I really enjoy it. Doing art. I just love doing art and crafting things and all that kind of stuff. It's just, I love it. I really love it. And so doing art in a room full of other people doing art is really nice. And I've never done life drawing until I joined this class, and it's just really a lot of fun. And all the life drawing models are amazing. And I always thought like life drawing, if you were a life drawing model, you just kind of stood there naked and just like people drew you. But it's really much more than that. They bring props, they do like loads of different poses. You have to be, I feel like you have to be quite fit because you have to stay in poses for ages. Different life drawing models bring different things to the table. I think it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. So I'm going to do that tonight. And today, up until my meeting, I'm going to just clean. Honestly, my flat is such a mess because when you're going through like coldy symptoms and you're stressed about things and you're anxious, your flat's often, or your house, your home is often the first thing that kind of might go if you're busy or if you're stressed or whatever. So that has definitely happened to me. And so that's what needs to be sorted. And if you are somebody that also needs to sort out your living space and make it tidier again and do whatever, then hopefully I can give you a nice montage to put a pep in your step and help you along your merry way. I'm really regretting putting makeup on my face today. I think because when you have a cold, your skin's a bit more dry, and so it's just like, it makes me look, I just really regret this. Anyway, I'm going to finish my makeup off camera. Just thought I'd update you on things that are happening. And let's start cleaning. This is my situation right now. I just made my dinner and I forgot to show you it, but it was just a salmon and rice and salad in a bowl. It wasn't very interesting at all. Then I ate some chocolate. That's been me recently, the past hour or so. I always eat a bit early before I go out. If I'm going out in the evening, I always try and have my dinner, like not have dinner at all, wait till after, or have dinner quite early so that I'm not like, there's nothing worse in my opinion than when you're rushing out the door and you've got a full tummy. There's literally, it just makes me feel awful. So I've eaten, it's been maybe like 15 minutes, half an hour, and I'm going to life drawing now. My meeting went well earlier. I've gotten some work done today and it feels like it's been a fairly productive day, especially considering this is usually an anxious time for me when my dad's not here. I almost didn't say that because I felt lame, but I've already told you, so what's the point in not telling you? I feel like I look so wrinkly from this angle. I'm starting to get wrinkles a lot more. Oh well. Oh well, Martha Moon. I know. Oh, my cat's so cute. Anyway, I'm going to life drawing now. I'm going to walk along the beach and draw. Hi, I'm back on the sofa, lying down, and it's very dark. Let me try and put some light on. What? Yeah, I went to life drawing. It was very nice. Was really rubbish this week though, and I don't know why. I just could not draw to save my life, and I don't know what that was about. But I had a nice time. It was very relaxing. I really encourage you if... What is that? It's chocolate, obviously. Okay, great. I really encourage you, if there's something around about you that you've been wanting to do for a while, but you think you're rubbish at it, so that's why you're not doing it, do it. Just do it. Because I just have such a nice time on a Wednesday night going to that. Anywho, because I'm on my period, I honestly, all I want to do is eat. I think that's probably why I couldn't draw tonight, because I just kept thinking about how hungry I was, even though I shouldn't really be hungry because I had quite a big dinner. So since I've been back, all I've been doing is thinking about whether I want a sandwich or some cereal. And it's just a nightmare. I think I might go for cereal. Some Rice Krispies to be exact. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this video here. It's really impossible to tell whether videos are long or short, or what's really in them once you've done them. I don't know why. So I don't really know what this video is all about. What I do know is I survived today, and it was actually a perfectly fine day. Fairly uneventful, but pretty nice. Did some stuff. Feel kind of good about it. And I didn't panic, and I wasn't ill, and all these things that you just tell yourself are going to happen didn't happen today. That's important to note from today. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. This lighting is absolutely horrible, and I'll see you soon. Bye.